Hi, good morning. Welcome back. New here. Hi, my name is Julia. I'm a fourth year architecture student at the University of Edinburgh. Actually, close to graduating student. We've essentially finished the semester. I've only got deadlines, loads of deadlines left. Thought it would be nice to show you what I, as a fourth year architecture student, take to studio with me every day. Massive chunky tote bag. Now that I'm picking it up, it's so freaking heavy. I've essentially had to clean up my studio space, and so everything I need I carry in my bag. And because it's been a long semester, I've essentially not cleared this bag out once. It's gotten really messy and there's a lot of stuff at the bottom of the bag that I should probably have a clear out, since I essentially have to lug this in every single day. Yeah, I thought it might be interesting to show what are the actual essentials for an architecture student, what you bring to university every single day. I know for me, when I was first starting architecture, I had no clue. We got sent a massive list of tools and equipment that might be useful and necessary, and I was honestly very, very overwhelmed and didn't know what to buy. That can be a whole separate video in and of itself. But I wanted to show you what the actual core essentials are, the things I have on me every single day that I go to university. Kind of a good disclaimer probably is depending on what you're doing at a specific point in the semester, you'll definitely need other tools for model making, for specific drawings. I'm not going to be covering that. I'm literally just going to be going through my bag and showing you what's in my tote bag, what's in the bag I bring every day to university. Yeah, kind of my essentials that I like to have on me at all times, so that no matter what I'm doing, I always feel prepared. So I'm hoping that this is helpful for someone. I'll be talking through all the items and why they're essential, why they're necessary. Maybe they're not necessary. Maybe I just like having them for my own personal reasons. Okay, let me actually lug my bag here. And honestly, I'm just gonna dig in piece by piece. Some of the things obviously I use every single day, so I know that they're here. But some of the stuff at the bottom of the bag I've probably not looked at for a very long time, so it could honestly be a surprise for me as well. I also thought this would be a good video to film kind of at this point of university, because I've had essentially 4 years to kind of call down, figure out what are my actual essentials, what I need at uni, which my bag was definitely not as curated as this in first year. Guess number one essential is my laptop. I mean, I could do a whole separate video about this, probably won't get into the specs or anything, but yeah, I need this literally every single day. I obviously have a nice thick protective case around it, because if anything happened to this, I don't think I would survive. To go along with the tech stuff, I got this little case to actually protect a lot of things inside it, because essentially I have an external hard drive where I keep all my files alongside the OneDrive we have through the uni. I also like backing everything up on a physical drive. So because this is where I keep all my files physically, I do want to have a little protective case. I used to just throw it in my bag, but I realized that's probably not the smartest way to go about it. I mean, it's already scratched up and stuff. So I got a matching case. Goes nicely with my laptop. Personally, this is the best one. I mean, I've used many hard drives in the past, and a lot of them just broke after a year or two of use. But so far, this has been the best hard drive I've ever had. I've just found it very, very reliable, and I'm actually almost out of storage on it, unfortunately, because I've had so many files for the past year and a half. So I think I will have to buy another one, potentially with bigger storage. This one's 2 terabytes, I think. I think I'm going to invest in a 4 terabyte one. Again, super expensive, but makes my quality of life in terms of academia so much more seamless, because it's just so much less stress, and tech really stresses me out, especially if it's a bad hard drive that doesn't connect well. It just genuinely is horrible and so stressful, and your files are on something and you can't download them. I would say after having a good laptop, invest in a good external hard drive. And then there's also another pocket, and I just keep chargers here. So I just have a little brick that has both USB and USB-C. Then I have both a USB and USB-C charger. Again, I'm on my devices all day, every day. They usually die on me, even though my laptop battery is quite good. It still sometimes dies if I have a million programs open. So having chargers, very, very useful. I've used them many, many times. Then I don't bring this in every day, but sometimes I do use my iPad. Again, this could be a whole separate video in and of itself. I definitely use my iPad a lot more in first year and second year, and the more we started using very, very intense, heavy programs, this kind of taken a step back. That being said, it still has its uses. If anything, sometimes I'll just play Netflix on here in the background while I'm like typing away at my computer. That's probably not the best use to like invest in an iPad. That being said, I did find it really useful in first and second year. And I think like an iPad video could be, again, a whole separate video. Okay, then my sketchbook. I always have a fresh sketchbook every semester, and then I save them all, and I really like that for each architecture semester. Essentially, I have my own sketchbook that kind of like compiles all the physical work that I did, kind of. This one I put a little sticker on. If you saw my first video this semester, yeah. Do I want to show you anything? Not really, it's quite personal, but always have this on me. And then to go along with that, I have, oh, it's gotten so gross. I was plaster casting this week, so everything is kind of gross and disgusting. My planner, I would die without a planner. I need all my dates for now. Physically, I need to know what's happening when my deadlines are at the start of the week. I like having a little look of like what's going on, what I need to do. I do use digital calendars, I use Notion, but there's just something about having a physical planner that I don't think I could not have one. I just really, really like having a physical one. It makes me feel very grounded, and it reminds me of all the deadlines and everything I have to do, which at university, super important. What else? I have a little pencil case. This one I actually got semi-recently. I just thought having like a nice hard plastic one was actually quite good. I usually have like a pot of markers and pens and things at my desk in studio, but I love having a little pencil case on me at all times if I'm like working from anywhere else. Yeah, just to keep like a mechanical pencil, some extra leads, you know, pens, highlighters, all the things. Yeah, this pencil case is from Muji. I got it a few months ago, and it's been great. I really, really like it. Super convenient. I don't bring this with me every single day. Again, it kind of depends on like what I'm doing on a specific week. But this week I've been watercoloring a bit. So I've got my watercolor paint set, which is my literal prized possession. If you're not into like watercolor, if that's not something you want to do for your project, obviously this is not something that will be relevant to you. But I really, really got into watercolor for my work like last year. And I had like a really shitty watercolor set, but I invested in a really, really, really nice one. I don't want to tip it over, but this was like my favorite thing that I bought over the last year, I think. And it's been great. And I've been bringing it in at several points of the semester just to kind of like spice up my work. So yeah, this absolutely not an essential, but it's been a big essential of mine this semester. And then I have a little pencil pouch. I need to get a better one because this actually doesn't fully zip. I just keep all my little paintbrushes here, and I actually probably should invest in some nicer paintbrushes because a lot of these are gross. But now we're kind of getting into the grossness of my bag. It's really, yeah, it needs a wash. So a few receipts, lots of snack wrappers, tissues, pens fell out of my pencil case. I have a little laptop stand. I got it this semester because I was working on my laptop a lot, and honestly, it's so nice to have your laptop be a tiny bit elevated. I don't know, there's just something really nice about like having your laptop elevated, and it wasn't that expensive, and it kind of folds down nicely. I do keep it at my desk a lot of the time, so I don't even have to carry it, but now that I've had to like pack up from studio, I have it on me. But it's been great. I have a pair of sunglasses just because it's gotten a little bit sunnier recently. For some reason, I've got another charger, more wrappers, receipts, tissues. This is actually really good that I'm finally cleaning this out. Tape. Very, very, very important if you're an architecture student. Yeah, always carry around a roll of tape. People will probably steal your tape, so honestly have a few rolls. I had like 3 at the start of the semester. No clue where they are now. It's just really useful to like pin up your work, to like write things on your like table or whatever. Like this peels off quite nicely, so you can put it on a piece of paper and like write something on it and then take it off. Tape different drawings together if you want to like put a drawing on top of another drawing. I used it at the start of the semester to label my table so that I could have first dibs on the desk that I wanted in studio. It's just really, really useful to always have on hand, and I honestly didn't know just how indispensable a roll of tape like this would be. I always have a box of paracetamol on me. If you have long studio nights, I always get headaches, and especially if I'm like overworking myself, I tend to get headaches. So having paracetamol on me is always very, 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 very useful, and I've actually used up an embarrassingly large amount of it. But it's also super useful to have, like, if anyone else needs it, it's always good to have on you. Some napkins, more wrappers. I'm just a big snacker, I think. Receipts, wrappers. This is not something I carry with me at all times, but it's just been gorgeous weather and flowers are in full bloom. So I've been bringing my film camera with me to just take a few photos here and there. Also, it's the final semester, so I kind of want to document it. So I've been bringing my camera in sometimes. I also have a tiny sketchbook. I don't really use this anymore, but I used it more last semester, but I still have like a few blank pages. So I've been just bringing that around with me as well. I have a little coffee sachet. I had a few of these. I should probably bring in more, but when I was having like long studio nights, long studio days, we have a kettle in. So if I like needed a middle of the night coffee pickup or whatever, I'd keep a carton of oat milk in my studio, and then I'd literally just like brew these sachets of coffee. They're not the best coffee in the world, but they're also like the flavored syrup ones. So they were just nice to have when I needed a pick-me-up. Then I have this little, this is going so gross from my plaster. I have this little bag keychain from Rare Beauty where I keep a few little essentials. This is just my favorite thing in the world. So I have a mini deodorant. It's honestly been really useful to have. Like, even if like once in a blue moon, one point of the semester, I forgot to put deodorant on, this was such a lifesaver. So honestly, like, I will always have this on me. It's also so cute and so precious. And then I have two little lip glosses. Two little tiny Rare Beauty lip glosses. Do I need both of them on me at all times? Probably not. And I sometimes also carry other lip products on me in my bag, like full-size ones, if that's what I'm wearing that day. So I probably don't even need these, but I really like having them on me in this cute little bag. I think that's the main enticing point, is that everything just fits in here so perfectly, and it's so cute and it's so tiny, and I'm literally obsessed with it. I've got this little coffee cozy from Blank Street Coffee, because they did a pop-up when they were first opening up in Edinburgh, and they were just giving these out for free. If I remember, it's quite nice to have a little cozy to like put over an ice drink or a hot drink to like keep your hand from getting too cold or too warm. A little lip balm. This is so like manky and gross. I'll probably have to bin it soon, but yeah. Little lip balm. Oh, I've got a thing of gum. And the rest is honestly just like grossness that I need to wash. It's honestly embarrassing that it got to this state. Oh wait, I randomly have like a little 1 to 50 figure. This literally just fell off one of my models, I think. But yeah, random architecture thing. I have definitely found a few of these like lying around my flat as well. Yeah, wait, and I've got like one little pocket at the front. Yeah, I've got my wallet with my student card. Got my keys with my favorite keychain in the world. I've got a little lipstick, some of my favorites. See, I told you I have more lip product. I have my membership card for Architecture Society because it gets me discounts, and more tissues and more gross stuff. And that is my bag. Feels so much lighter than it did before. Definitely needs a very severe deep clean because that has gotten gross. Those were my essentials. That's, I think, everything I would roughly need to bring on a productive studio day. Yeah, I hope that was helpful. I hope that was informative. I know for me, like, I had no clue coming into architecture that these were all the things that I would potentially need. I think it's good. I think it's interesting to find out what essentials are for like specific degrees, because it'll look so different for someone who's like studying economics or engineering or whatever. Yeah, let me know if you have any other essentials that I think I should add. I mean, I'm graduating now, so won't help me much, but might help some other people. If you have any questions about any of the things I mentioned here, feel free to leave them down below. Oh yeah, I do sometimes have a water bottle on me. Let me show you. I also have my favorite water bottle. I didn't have this in my bag because it's so big and so heavy. I would usually just like leave it out on my desk, and now I just can't really be bothered to like carry it in every day again because it's so heavy. But for most of the semester, having a little reusable water bottle was very much an essential. But yeah, hope you found this useful. Hope you found it informative. And let me know if you have any other questions, anything else you'd like me to cover. Yeah, definitely check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye!